dragon, dragon. Rock the dragon, Dragon Ball Fighters. Hey there, ghosts and ghouls. Warlock Boo here, and today I'm reviewing a new fighting game on the market because I had a coupon, and it was used at GameStop and on sale, so I could get it. This game is Dragon Ball FighterZ. Now, Dragon Ball FighterZ is a new fighting game in the Dragon Ball franchise. Yes, I know, it's revolutionary. A Dragon Ball fighting game? No one's ever done that. But this game is quite different. It's made by a new company, the people that make Guilty Gears. Now, you need to know I love the Guilty Gear series. Amazing series. Easy combos to pull off, beautiful artwork, interesting characters, and they bring all that into this. Now, this game, I'll be splitting this up into different parts. I'll talk about the story, the mechanics, how it looks, the music, all of that stuff. Now, the design on this game is, first thing you will notice, it is gorgeous. This looks like you are playing an episode of the anime, and it is beautiful. It is fully cel-shaded and just looks like it came straight from the cartoon. Or anime. Sorry, I called it cartoon. Sue me. But it is amazing looking. The characters move so fluently, so easily on the screen. It just looks great. All the combos just sync up perfectly. Another thing you'll notice is this is a 2.5D fighting game. It's not one where you move around the arena, can fly around, or smash enemies through a lot of stuff. Unless you get a destructive finish, which I'll go into later. In this, it's more of the more Japanese-style fighting games, like Street Fighter or Guilty Gear, what this company did. But that doesn't make it any less any different from the others. There's still that sense of power, that sense of destructibility, that sense of I could blow up a planet with these characters. And that is something that all Dragon Ball games need. Also, a lot of the characters are more balanced in this. It's not like they're all copies of one another. They're all just some easy to pull out characters. No, every character is different, has their own sets, their own moves, and it makes even weak characters come in handy. Like one of my best characters is Krillin, and everyone insults Krillin, but I always liked him. But next up, I'll talk about how the game mechanics work. The mechanics are very easy to do. X, Y, and B are your basic attacks, while A is your energy burst shots. I played this on the Xbox One, so PlayStation controls are a little different. You can switch out characters because every match is a 3-on-3, and you have 3 characters to put on your team. And there are quite a bit. You do have to go through story mode to unlock a few, such as the new character Android 21 or Majin 21, along with certain other characters like Goku God, Vegeta God, stuff like that. But the controls are very easy to pull off. Combos are easy. Special moves are easy. You do have a Kai gauge on the bottom that you can either charge or earn by punchings and getting hit. You know, like a usual fighting game. And there's always a move to counter another move, so it's fairly easy to get off. So it is a good game. It's easy mechanics to learn, quick, and you can button mash your way through it, but as you go, you'll start to learn combos, you'll start to learn abilities, just because you have to. And that's the next part I want to get to. Story mode. The story mode on this is really what I want to talk about. The story mode on this is interesting. It's not another one of those games where you got to play through the Dragon Ball Z, all the famous battles and stuff, and just the boring overdues again. And that's one reason I always originally liked Xenoverse. While it did that, it was different. You were a new character in that to fix time, and it had its own stuff. This does that too. In this story mode, a bunch of evil clones of all the main characters and bad guys have appeared. And while investigating it, everyone just passes out. Weird, I know. It's from some kind of wave that neutralizes everyone's power, makes them weaker, makes them not great. But this is where you come in, the player. You are a soul that attaches to Goku somehow. You don't even know how. And you have to use your abilities to make him stronger, make him able to fight. No one can fight unless you're connected to them. And that makes you as a player feel important. And they talk to you, they reference you. Goku doesn't quite like having to rely on someone, but he does seem to like you. And you flip between the characters. That's how the character swap ability works, because they can't fight unless you're in them. And you're just switching bodies, basically. And it's quite interesting. It's fun to hear them talk or ask you questions, and you get multiple choice answers, usually 2. But it depends on how characters react to each other. And that's kind of neat. Another thing, in story mode, characters talk to each other. Say you have a team of 3. Say Piccolo, Yamcha, and Krillin. You go into a battle. Well, all of a sudden before the battle, Piccolo and Krillin will start talking to each other like it's a normal conversation about all this. And you see how these characters interact with each other, how they treat each other, which we don't get to see in the series a lot. For instance, Piccolo and Krillin get along very well. Piccolo's very nice to Krillin, very kind, and believes in Krillin because he's seen the power Krillin has. And Krillin respects Piccolo quite a bit. He knows Piccolo was bad, but now good. Then you get an interaction between Piccolo and Yamcha later on another match, if you have them on a team. And they are so mean to each other. Well, Yamcha just kind of pokes fun at Piccolo, almost not in a mean way. But then Piccolo, oh, he is mean to Yamcha. There's a line where, at the end of their little conversation, Piccolo can see Yamcha scared, and he goes, "No wonder Bulma picked Vegeta over you." And I was like, oh, that is just mean. I mean, then there's other interactions with, like, Goku and Gohan and Piccolo, if you have them all on a team together. Where Gohan was saying how he kind of wished he had fused. He wants to try the cool pose. He likes the fusion pose. And Piccolo's like, you think that pose was cool? They show Gohan such a dork, so geeky, and he is, but you never see it fully in the show. This game feels like the script was made for fans, by fans, yet with so much respect to the characters, how they should act. Like, Yamcha and Tien get along great, but Yamcha and Piccolo don't. It's just so much fun to see these interactions. Along with that, you get some really new characters in this. 2 new characters, in fact. You get Android 21 and Majin 21. Now, as I said, with the waves and stuff, it turns out the Red Ribbon Army's behind it. It turns out not just the Red Ribbon Army, but Android 21. She even resurrected a bunch of the old bad guys. Cell, Frieza, all their henchmen, and Android 16. The reason behind resurrecting Android 16 is she was the wife of Dr. Gero, Android 20. And she is now an android. And 16, if you ever watch the abridged, they do it in more detail there. Android 16 is based on Dr. Gero's son, which means he is based off Android 21's son. And he is very protective of Android 21 because of that. On top of that, you find out that Android 21 suffers kind of a split personality. One wants to fight, wants to destroy, wants to absorb. That's the Majin in her, the evil. And the other is this kind, sweet, almost motherly, shy character. And it's really neat to see them fight each other for dominance. I'm not going to spoil the story, but it really goes into that. But the characters are just so interesting to watch interact. And you don't just play as Goku and the good guys the whole time. Partially through the story, you flip to having to work with Cell and Frieza and help them. And then you flip to working with 18 and 16 and 21 and helping them. And it's such a weird thing, but it fits so well. The story is so good. And now, any of you that worry, oh, Android 21 is something they created. No. She was actually created by Toriyama. He drew up the sketches for her, the personality for her, the backstory for her. He made her. And he actually does that quite a bit in Dragon Ball. He actually did the design for Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who everyone, GT. And for Broly. He may not have really had more hands-on than that, but he did. And he has been known to, even in Xenoverse, he created the Supreme Kai of Time and a lot of the backstory on that for them. He does a lot of work on these games, so no one can say they're not canon fully. It's to ask yourself, would it fit? It's like the movies. Would this game fit anywhere in the timeline? If not, then it doesn't. If so, it does. But I'm sort of digressing. Now, the online mode is quite fun. If you're not in story mode, you actually can run around this little map that's a mixture of the different cities. It's quite interesting to see this map. And you get a little chibi, and you can unlock these chibis as you go. As you go and do different matches, through missions in story mode, you earn Zinni. Zinni can be used to buy capsules. These capsules will either have a random character in them, a random character color in them, stickers, stamps, things like that, or little avatars. These avatars are chibi versions of different characters and can run around the map when you're not in story mode, and it's quite fun. Mine is set to Beerus right now. I don't have a lot, but I think Chibi Beerus is adorable. Chibi Nappa's funny with his giant head, too, but I digress. And you can get different colors of these. Local play works great. It works brilliantly. The only problem I've had with this game so far is the load time. The load times are long. It is very long to start the game up between matches. It just takes forever to load anything. That's really the only downside. Next is the music. The music is great, amazing. It is fun. It reminds you of Dragon Ball Z with a more rockish hit to it, and it's just such a good soundtrack. Now, lastly is the character designs. The character designs are awesome. They are brilliant. All the characters look like they should. They are gorgeous, and this game will age very well because of the cel-shaded look. But at the end, they all look great. Even the new character, Android 21, looks fantastic. She looks so good, so hot, just like the internet says. So hot, so sexy, so pretty. I mean, my wife. I'm talking about her, of course. No one else.
Okay, sure.
What? Purry? Please? Okay, this has been Warlock Boo. Hoping to be spooking y'all later. Bye. Come back, Furry. I'm sorry. Please don't be bad. Please.
Audio Jungle.